think there's a bad episode of Smiling Friends per se, but in my mind, there's a very clear weakest one, and that would absolutely have to be Mr. President.
Okay, so this guy is stupid and dumb and doesn't know what he's talking about. So to correct him, here's my official ranking every Smiling Friends episode. And this is the real deal, not some opinion. This is factual. Let's go. Number 17, The Boss Finds Love. I didn't like this one at all. It's still a watchable episode, and this being the weakest one is kind of a compliment to the show. But as someone who was traumatized by the scary maze game when he was 7, jump scares have just never sat right with me since. I get why people can like it, but I don't. Number 16, Charlie dies and never comes back. I thought the beginning was pretty good, where it was Christmas and they were arguing and all that. But this one just kind of drags. Maybe it's just TikTok brain rot, but it just feels like this goes on. I also didn't really find the story to be too compelling. Yeah, I know Charlie dies, and that's, you know, pretty big deal, but I don't know, I'm not feeling this one. Number 15, A Silly Halloween Special. This one's pretty good. It has some funny jokes. I like the monster scene. It's scary. Number 14, The Magical Red Jewel, aka Tyler Gets Fired. Like many other people, it was really sad to see Tyler go, and the post-credit scene was just so depressing. But the main plot to this was just fine. I kind of felt like the very end was just a bit too, like, coincidental, but who am I to complain about realism in a show like this? Number 13, Alan Adventure. I'm really not a big Alan guy. I like Glep more than Alan, honestly. He's fine, and he has a funny voice, but again, I don't feel Alan. I don't feel Alan like the rest of the people. Number 12, Pim finally turns green. I don't remember anything from this episode at all, so I'm just putting it here just to place it. Number 10, Number 11, Charlie, Pim, and Bill versus the Alien. This is a great episode. The animation is awesome. I think the jokes in this one hit really hard. I really like the setup to everything. I think it works a lot better than something like the The Boss Finds Love, awkward. This one is just paced really well. I really like the story, and I like the little torture chamber and jokes that the people put in. The rest of this ranking is like, the show was really good after this, okay? Number 10, Shrimp's Odyssey. I put this one above Charlie, Pim, and Bill just because of Smormu. He really is the GOAT of the show. The rest of the episode's fine. I think that Pim being like, oh, I'm in love, oh, and then he's like, oh, you know what, you can have it, and then it wasn't. I think that was pretty awesome. And then oh yeah. Number 9, Frowning Friends. A lot of people praise this one for being like the best episode in season 1, and I don't agree. I really like this episode. I think it's paced super well. I think the jokes are really funny. I just like the concept of other episodes more. And also it has the funny nihilist clip. No, please don't kill me, please. Number 8, Mr. President. I guess I like this episode more than a lot of people. People say that this is one of the worst episodes of the show, and I just have to disagree. I really like the live action characters. I think that the president is just funny every time he's on screen because he looks just like me. Okay, number 7, Mr. Frog. This one's really funny. This one should be up more, maybe.
Probably working with all those filthy
people not subscribe to the penis channel.
Number 6, Who Violently Murdered Simon S. Salty. I like this one. I think the murder mystery aspect is pretty funny. I like how the grease was meant to be Chris Chan. And I wish that it was Chris Chan. That would have been fucking awesome. Freaking epic fast food. I'm getting McDonald's. Number 5, Desmond's Big Day Out. I watched this one with my girlfriend, and she didn't get any of the jokes, which makes it a lot funnier, I think. This is a really good first impression for a show like this. I think it's perfectly hectic. The story is pretty good. Desmond has some good points about how bad life is. But hey, even he finds a meaning. And it's awesome. This is just a really good example of how to build characters without having to say anything. They don't have to tell you any exposition. They just kind of like lead you along as you watch the show. I think it's really good. Number 4, Brother's Egg. I think the rotoscoping is so funny. I think that the scientist guy, I forget his name. I think that him switching from being totally a cartoon to being rotoscoped in some scenes is so funny. The stop fighting egg. Oh man, what a great episode. Number 3, Gwimbly. This is definitely higher because of how Twitter reacted to Gwimbly after, and how they kind of just gaslit everyone into thinking that it was real. I think that's super cool that that media can do that to people. Also, the bit where Gwimbly's doing a cameo thing, that's funny, man. I like that. Number 2, Enchanted Forest. The Enchanted Forest is a great episode, man. Me and Lobster Guy agree on this one being one of the best because it's just a good story all around. Out of all the times I've rewatched Smiling Friends in like the 3 months I've been watching it, I've come back to this one the most. I think it's one of the funniest. I think the story's really good. I think Mip is a really good character, and the plot twist at the end is awesome. Mip is so mean. And number 1, I'm being so serious, the Smiling Friends Go to Brazil. This one is the funniest one, in my opinion. I love this episode. A bit of context, I was just watching this on HBO Max, and I was just kind of auto-playing as I was going along. And as I was watching this one, I realized that there was no hard cut to any different angle. I thought to myself, I really hope they just keep it one continuous shot and it's just them talking the entire time and nothing else happens. And spoiler alert for the episode, that's exactly what happens. Apparently a lot of people got really mad when this one came out, which makes it even funnier. So that, my friends, is the real list of Smiling Friends best episodes ranked. For real. Okay, bye. Subscribe.